All right. Ashley and Andrew?
Yes, Andrew.
Ashley and Andrew. You guys are sister and brother.
Twins.
You're twins?
Yes.
Oh, and you grew up in Ohio.
We were born in Ohio, Akron, Ohio.
I interviewed Ashley 4 years ago at least. Mm-hmm. You were one of the very first people I interviewed down here.
Yep.
And your story can be found somewhere on my channel. But what interests me is so you guys are both using.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
What are your drugs currently?
On and off. No, I mean, meth. I'm doing meth right now.
And fentanyl. And
She does, yeah.
Yeah, fentanyl and crack.
Yeah. And actually, you've been down here quite a while.
Almost 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
And Andrew, you're not living on the streets, or are you?
Yeah, I'm living on the streets currently, and me and my girlfriend in a car. Like, well, we're just day to day, like, you know, we try to work and do DoorDash and
Hotels,
make money, but
sometimes.
we don't have a place now. We have no, But I'm trying my best to do things right, you know, try to at least maintain a somewhat normal life. And after getting out of prison, it's just.
Oh, you were in prison?
Yeah, I was
in prison. He was in prison for a long time.
Just did 8 years. I got out October.
What was that for?
For a strong arm robbery, and then in prison, I got caught up for attempted murder on another inmate.
Mm.
Yeah.
So tell me about your childhoods. Your parents.
Oh, okay. Our parents had us when they were young. Pretty young. My mom was 19. My dad was 18, and everything was cool until we were about 3 years old. My dad started using heroin, and stealing my mom's money, for groceries, diapers, and stuff like that. So my mom left him. My grandma got my dad on crack and heroin because she was getting high and she wanted he was working, he was doing construction or whatever. She wanted someone to, pay for her drugs.
She died last year.
She did?
Mama?
No, not Mama.
Grandma?
Oh, Debbie. Grandma Debbie.
Grandma Debbie, Mama.
Okay.
Yeah, she died last year. They gave her Narcan. Rest in peace. They gave her Narcan, and she hit a parked car in Ohio. When I was in prison, my uncle called me and he let me know that they Narcaned her because they thought she was ODing. She was she was just asleep.
Anyway.
And they killed her. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So.
They killed her.
No, I didn't know that. Anyway.
Sent her into the fucking
Anyway,
shot.
well, she got my dad hooked, and so my dad was stealing money from my mom, and my mom just left him, and then she met my stepdad, who was wooed her with picnics and all, showered her with all these things, and he was a psycho though. He got my mom pregnant. He would drug her and
Dixie?
hide her birth control pills, and she doesn't even remember her wedding. We went to Las Vegas and she got married. She doesn't even remember it. And
Keith?
yeah, he doesn't know. He doesn't remember a lot of things like I remember. I guess I was maybe paying more attention. I don't know.
5 minutes older.
Yeah, I'm 1 minute younger, but I'm a girl. I was the only girl really, because my mom had another son with my stepdad that we're talking about right now, and so it's just the two boys there, and me. So I would kind of my mom probably I don't know, maybe vented to me a little bit, so I knew what was going on a little more than he did. Mm-hmm. And so then they would always get in fights and stuff. I remember the cops coming to our house all the time. All the time the cops were coming to our house. And then social workers were coming to our house and stuff, and we'd be hiding. Me, my mom, my brother would be hiding in my mom's room when they come to the door and avoiding them. So this was the last time, though, that, the last time that the cops came. Actually, was when they came to take us away. So that was after though. My mom got hit with they said it was I don't know why my mom said, tell them that a spaghetti bowl slipped out of.
She used to get slammed in the drawers. She used to get fucking
anyway,
rocks
it was an ashtray. She got hit in the mouth with an ashtray, and it cut open her lip right here.
Yeah.
And
I'm the one that told school about it.
I remember it was all bloody and shit. We ran to the minivan and we went down the street. My grandma, my dad, the one I talked about that were on drugs, lived down the street. So my mom, we drove down there. And I just remember my stepdad holding a big rock, like he was going to throw it at the
He's gonna
car.
throw the car in reverse.
You remember that?
Yeah.
And then, so then we got to my grandma's house, and then I was good at like keeping secrets and stuff. Andrew could never lie. He could never lie. He'd always start laughing, or like when my stepdad would say, "Did you guys see your dad today?" Because my dad would come over when he was at work, and I don't know, I see my mom smoking weed. Because I remember like spying on her and see what were they doing? Are they kissing or something, you know? But we play spy, my dad had like a bag of weed. I remember one time seeing this green bag, and they'd just be smoking weed. They were like stoners, and my stepdad would come from work and say, "Did you guys see your dad today?" And I'd be like, "No." And my brother would be like, he couldn't hold it back. Like he couldn't lie for anything. So
That's a good quality.
yeah, he told the school nurse what happened, and next thing you know, like these social worker came and picked us up from school and took us to the department of DCFS building, and my mom was there holding my little brother, and he was 2 years old at the time. He just passed away in March from a fentanyl accidental overdose, and
March 27th.
and yeah, so that was when we went to a foster home, which was horrible. It's the worst place ever. We really endured some abuse there.
Mike and Nancy.
Especially Andrew. He had a lot of abuse. They abused him a lot. They were Jehovah's Witnesses. And the man kind of sexually abused me. He never touched me, but he would tell me like weird stuff and have me like lay on his lap. And I wanted to do chores. Like I would tell my mom, I want to do chores. And my mom would like let me like, you know, I put a balloon in my stomach when my mom was pregnant. Pretend I was like my mom, you know, when I lived with my mom. It was a good life. Like my mom never made us feel bad ever. Like she really like, you know, treated us with love. We never were abused by her, ever. Our stepdad kind of gave us like a cold shoulder, like kind of like treated us a little bit cold.
Fuck that fool.
Your biological dad?
No, our stepdad.
No, but your
Yeah.
biological dad is.
My biological dad. Oh, we're getting to that. 6 months into us being in foster care, he overdosed because I guess my stepdad had called him over and said, "I have some good shit. You want to try it or something?" And my dad went over there, and it was a hot shot, and he was dead. He died in our bedroom at our stepdad's house when we were in foster care. My mom, I guess she was already like, kind of like she was traumatized from us losing us. That my stepdad was pissed because she was running around getting high. She started getting high. She started doing like lines of coke, and then she was smoking crack. And I guess that's probably why he was so mad and had my dad come over there and
Hot shot.
and give him a hot shot, killed him because he was pissed about my mom. You know.
Mom liked their dad better.
Yeah,
Mom
mom
loved
liked
her
our dad better. But yeah, something about being like a flea.
Do you guys feel like what you went through as children are why you're in the situation you're in today?
Yeah, absolutely.
Not having a strong foundation and not having,
Absolutely.
definitely, If we had a different life, I don't think we
Our
would.
family, certain people in our family who you know, chose to take on certain responsibilities and then decided to back away from them last minute. Things like that.
I guess he's
think
talking
it's
about
why.
our grandma, but I don't feel like that way.
I'm saying what I'm saying.
So anyway,
In
you
general.
can get in my bag. That's fine. So, yeah, we were there for a while. I know that Andrew, I remember one time, he accidentally opened up the door. The German Shepherd, they had 2 German Shepherds who had shock collars on, but I was playing with this
Bit
one
the
girl in the front yard. She was like, the dog didn't know her, right? And she was on our property. And my brother opened up the door. We knew we weren't supposed to open the door, right, when anybody's around. And the dog ran out and bit the girl's arm, and she had to get like 16 stitches. They had to put the dog down, and ever since then, our foster dad really hated Andrew.
Hated me.
No, hated you. And hated him, and I remember he had to sit like.
He used to keep me in the corner for
he had
like
to
20 hours and shit.
no, like for like a month. He had to stand
Yes,
like
in the
facing,
corner.
yeah, in the corner, and then
Oh,
he
it
was sitting
it
with
was
his
a long
arm
time.
up.
I don't remember how
sitting-
long. I just remember it felt unreal.
Okay, I'll tell you what happened. He was sitting at the table, facing the window.
6. How was I? 6?
Yeah, he was sitting at the dining room table, not
I'm
facing
sitting
the
in the
table,
corner.
but facing the window. And this is what I remember. So stop.
Well, I'm the one facing the corner, right?
Well, I'm the one who remembers seeing you there. Fuck you. And anyways, you were in the corner. Me too. I just stayed in the corner until I threw up in front of the heater. They do like weird shit, and then we
Yeah,
didn't. Then they didn't even tell us that like we wouldn't be having holidays. We didn't know like. We didn't know like.
And birthdays.
We're like waiting for the Santa to come. We're waiting for the Easter Bunny. I was waiting for my Easter basket to pop up any minute now. Like, Easter Bunny's gonna drop my basket off any minute now, and they didn't even say anything about it. So it was pretty traumatizing in a way.
2 years like that.
Yeah, it was just like being little innocent
Then
kids.
our grandma took us, and then she kicked me out 3 months later, like 3 to 6 months. She kept her until she was 13.
That's not true.
And fucking, it's very true. And fucking, I stayed in group homes for all those years.
Anyway, so I went back into a foster home from 10, 11 to 12. In case you didn't know, in Whittier with
I
Sage.
went to a group home.
You don't know what I did, so stop. We're on video here, and you're trying to tell. You tell your story, I'll tell mine.
10, 11, 12, really.
I was
the nice foster home, Richard and
No. In Whittier with Gina and Jeff.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. That wasn't a nice place.
That was only like a year and a half.
That was 3 years. I remember school.
We remember things differently, obviously.
Yeah, we do.
This is why when people do these videos on my channel, people say, "Oh, so and so is lying."
Right.
Because you have a version of the story. You were right next to her, and you have a totally different story.
Yeah.
And your mom or dad would have a totally different story.
So annoying, right?
Yeah, it's just, I guess, it's point of view.
Anyway, so then when I had my bat mitzvah, my grandma, she took me back because she didn't like how she saw my foster mom was just the way that she was acting. She just, when she was at my bat mitzvah, which my grandma paid for and through, she just didn't like the energy coming from her because she just like sat in the corner all weird and like just kind of, I don't know, just very weird with my whole family. So my grandma took me back. And then I was so happy to come back. Yeah, then I started, that's when I started kind of acting out in middle school. Kind of like dressing like slutty and hanging out with, wanting to do things fast, and started doing drugs. In 8th grade, I started trying to get, I don't know, just different little, like I tried to get cocaine, and my grandma had found out about it because, I don't know, somebody told on me, and I think my school counselor, we told my school counselor everything. It's so much, there's so much I can't put it all into one like session right here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I was 15. I just, when I was from all that time, from 8 to basically 14, 13, I was in group homes. I started running away at like 14. And then I started going the other direction. And I ended up juvenile halls for 2 years. And the next thing you know, after that, from juvenile halls, it was county jail to prison. I ended up doing prison. Basically, up until last year, I've been locked up like some way or another, no more than 2 or 3 months out.
Yeah.
And maybe 6 months in Mexico or something like that. But it was always quick,
Yeah. How old are you guys?
29.
29.
Yeah.
So you're still young.
Yeah.
Did you guys have hope of straightening out your lives a bit, getting off the streets,
Yeah, I had a lot of opportunities that like most people wouldn't have. Like after that thing happened, my grandma tried to put me in a group home. That's when she put me in a group home, and I ran away from like 32 different group homes. I just couldn't stay in them, and I had a big sister, a Jewish big sister, and she put like an ad in like the Jewish newsletter or something, saying that I needed a home. And a wealthy, really good family took me in. And even there, I
fucked it off.
When I went out, I took ecstasy. I came back on ecstasy, and my foster mom stayed up all night talking to me on ecstasy, and they were so cool. They were really well off and spoiled me, and it was just really could have been a really great life for me. But I messed it up trying to go too fast. And we went to South Carolina for, I'm leaning forward. Went to South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, and for the summer. And I snuck out and was getting drunk and hanging out with like these 3 guys from Canada. I didn't do anything with them, but still I was getting drunk. And they don't know what I did or didn't do, so to them it looked really bad. And then, so I was going to a school called Shalhevet, which is like a $20,000 Jewish school. So they paid my tuition, which is non-refundable, and we were going to a summer retreat, the freshman retreat, like it's right before school starts. And when I was there, they had called a like geek squad or something to come hack my computer to get into my Facebook to see what was going on, because one of our family members knew I was getting drunk and sneaking in, and she told on me, which to her brother, which was my foster dad, and she was an ex-alcoholic, and I was sharing a room with her at the house, at the beach house. So she snitched on me, and when I came back, they told me, we know everything you did, and then my foster dad called me a whore, and I got so like offended and hurt, because that's like the only real father figure I ever had, like, or felt, and it really hurt me. So I like went to the bathroom and I like tried to cut my wrists, and they 5150'd me, and then they came and told me that I wouldn't be coming back home. So yeah, after that I was just on the run, doing a lot of ecstasy, all kinds of drugs. I never really prostituted or anything when I was young like that, but surprised I didn't. I'm like, I guess I had like a, I don't know, angel looking out for me or whatever, because I was really, really lucky. Nothing happened to me. Nothing dangerous happened to me until later on, when I was 18. I got
That's a little kidnapping story you told me.
kidnapped, yeah, and
It's like 19.
kidnapped and raped for 4 days. But yeah,
I was here in LA.
yeah, and so I was working down here for 7 years, but I've been 2 years not working in the streets anymore, so I don't prostitute anymore. But yeah, that's pretty much how it.
Did you have kids?
No kids.
No kids.
No, I'm lucky.
Well done.
I want kids, but not. I'm so glad I haven't had them, because I wouldn't be able to live with the guilt of being out here on drugs and doing this and that and abandoning my kids. So I'm happy. I had tried to get pregnant before and stuff, so I'm glad it didn't work out. But I do want kids one day.
And Andrew, you're
I shouldn't have kids now.
no kids.
No. I don't think so. I mean, there's definitely possibilities, but I don't know. I think I've been.
Yeah, he wants kids one day.
Yeah, I'll have some kids eventually. Yeah.
You guys are young.
I mean, I've tried a few times, and I've left the women that way. I don't know. That women lie.
They
Most
say
women
that
are liars,
a lot of
bro.
them said that they were pregnant and stuff, but
Yeah, full of shit.
They
bro.
weren't.
They weren't. Yeah. They were fucking. And they could even get pregnant. Like, that's the thing. Like, I get with like. Yeah, I don't want to get the. We'll go.
Anyway,
yeah,
so-
another time.
so yeah, we're using now. He got out, and I didn't want him to be doing. He just showed up at my spot, which is right here on Skid Row, and I have, I had drugs everywhere and stuff. He just showed up out of the blue, and I was so, I couldn't tell my brother, like, after I'd seen him for 8 years, like, you can't come in or I don't want to see you. And so drugs were everywhere.
Why would you even think that?
Because I don't want to get you high. I didn't want to I knew that he's my twin, and I know that.
Yeah, I got a little high when I
I know that if he's gonna do what I was gonna do. So I was hoping that when he got out, this is my plan before he got out, to not have anything out and not have, not to expose him to that. But he was telling me he's gonna go do it somewhere else. If I don't can you just not talk while I'm talking? Can you cut? You would be able to cut that out, right? Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna cut out whatever I ask too if it's about me.
Oh God.
Straight up.
Hey,
Do you guys have hopes of getting clean one day?
yeah,
Yeah,
I want to get clean now.
I'm pretty clean. Like I haven't been doing the fentanyl as much.
I wanna get
didn't do
clean
that stuff.
now.
I did it a couple times, but mostly it's just like meth to stay awake so I can work and things like that.
Yeah.
Weed. I smoke a lot of bud.
My grandma says she'll.
know.
I found out about a ibogaine or something, and my grandma
It's a
said that
root. Yeah.
she'll take me.
Tree root, right?
Anyway,
Tell me.
I don't know what it is, Andrew, but I know that it gets people off. It's supposed to get people off heroin. So my grandma said that she'll come up with half the money for me to. It's like $10,000 or something. She'll come up with half the money, and I can work, and then I'll do the treatment there and work off the other half of it in Mexico. It sounds like a really cool thing, but
Sounds like a nice plan.
sounds like a great plan. But I don't know enough about it. But
It's kind of scary.
But,
It's like a tree root, like fucking like somewhere in the jungle. It's supposed to like help you. Like it's kind of like a Like it makes you like hallucinate.
I didn't know about that. So.
Nothing scarier than just smoking fentanyl.
No, that's true though. That's true. Like, yeah, I guess I would.
Well,
be
you know,
able
it's
to-
worth a shot, right?
Yeah, I would.
I mean, I was a
in
big
your
old heroin
situation, I
addict
would
when I was
definitely
younger.
try it.
So
Yeah. So have you heard about it?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, but yeah. So that's where we're at now.
we got more. We got to do another one, man. We got a bunch more stuff, man. A bunch more stuff.
Yeah, we may have to redo some of this, huh?
So tell me one more crazy story.
It kind of has to go in like order, but like,
You just pick one crazy one out of your childhood.
okay, let's see.
Or just,
When I was younger, oh yeah, when I was younger, before I went to prison, juvenile halls, I was burglarizing a lot of houses and stuff.
oh yeah.
And
A lot.
I hit a lot. Yeah, I hit a couple cops' houses. I hit one in Torrance.
Yeah, I went with him before. He had me. He would ring the doorbell, and he hit so many houses every day.
Like
They called him
100 some
Robin
houses.
Hood. They called him Robin Hood in the neighborhood.
Just giving everybody free shit.
He
Breitling
was,
was fucking,
he was like a really,
fucking badass fucking gold bars and fucking all types of gold jewelry, fucking safes, guns, fucking.
But one day he had.
This
He
was
showed me what he
drug
does. He would like ring the doorbell,
16,
and if nobody's
15.
there, he would go in. When I went with him, though, one day someone was in the shower. He still went in there. That's part of the reason why he was gone so long, because after he hit the cop's house,
Went on the run.
they did a fingerprint. They actually, got fingerprints. They called and got prints done, and then
Yeah, I stole his gun. They had me as armed and dangerous. So I was like going around like everywhere and shit, like getting chases, getting
Yeah,
away.
and they
I got,
were-
like 30 chases.
they were
Away.
using him like
Yeah, they were
that
using me to
gang.
go through other
The
places.
gang there was using
Oh.
him because he was like good at doing that shit, and so they would get him all messed up on meth and have him do these missions and shit, and yeah, he'd have to run from the cops. And he'd always get away. He would be like jumping out of like motel windows, jumping through backyards. He was really, really, really lucky and really, yeah, it was cool. It was not cool, but it was pretty cool how he
Always get away.
would get away with like a movie, like an action movie,
So you
like
didn't-
some Jackie
One
Chan.
time, well, they did a safe surrender where they gave me weed brownies. They did a safe surrender in San Pedro, and they raided the house. All of Harbor Division surrounded the whole place. And I just got in a chase with Redondo Beach, borderline Redondo Beach, Torrance, Lomita sheriffs, and I got in like 3 chases in one day.
It was
And I just
amazing.
kept getting away.
It was amazing.
Kept fucking getting away.
Yeah.
I jumped a three-story garbage chute from Bristol Farms into the garbage.
Yeah, like an adrenaline rush or something that
fucking
would just,
just gone.
yeah. it was
Just boom, boom, boom. Jump in a car, steal a motorcycle, fucking all over the place. I swear to God.
crazy.
Yeah, I fucking do the crazy. I'm not getting caught.
I was so
Fucking-
scared that he was gonna die, like get killed by somebody going into their house, or the cops going after him to kill him.
And drugs was the reason you're doing all that?
This was one of them. Yeah,
And
it was more like
and-
being on the drugs.
and we were
than
homeless.
doing them, and it was
We were
just the
homeless
thrill of doing
teenagers.
it.
You
Yeah,
needed
homeless
the money to
teenagers.
We were 16
Yeah.
years
Keep the
old.
lifestyle going.
And I really just gave shit away. Like, it was crazy.
We were
Like,
16
I'd
years
get a
old,
couple
so-
$500 and then give away a $50,000 watch. Like,
Our mom was on crack
it's crazy,
and
dude. Like,
drugs, so we didn't have
ridiculous.
anybody.
No lie, I'm not even kidding. Like, it's on the Bible, you know.
All right. Ashley and Andrew, thank you so much for sharing some of your stories.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
I wish you guys lots of luck.
Thank you.
Try the Iowa game.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, we
Can't
will.
hurt.